it comes to these bad actors, these bad guys and gals, the ones that are the professionals and doing it over and over again, these are the ones that excite me. These are the ones that keep me in the game and keep me wanting to do more and more, because they're always evolving. Like now when it comes to couriers and stuff, we're seeing like AI assisted generations of IDs and like some really good and some really poor edits that are coming in trying to get onboarded. And ultimately, that's where this issue is when it comes to banned couriers getting back on the network. It's an onboarding issue. It's happening right at that source of contact saying, please, can I work with you or for you as an employer, contractor, however you're set up with your drivers. And one of the things with that is you need to be able to give onboarding that data, that information, right? They need to be able to see it. Like if you're using device ID and the fact that this person is banned due to this device, they need to be able to see it and know how to use that information. There's a lot of different connecting data points that you can use, but then you also have to either manually put it into the system as you get these IDs coming in with the different numbers, different documents coming in with the different numbers. You need to have that put into your system so that data is available and then aggregated to a point where it makes sense to onboarding and they know that, hey, this person is bad based on this data or these results, or even just, a flag on the potential file that's trying to be opened saying, hey, this information has existed before. Fraud as a service, that's a big one too. It's growing and growing across the e-commerce world, not just when it comes to couriers, when it comes to all the different stakeholders. You're seeing more and more offerings, like they will offer to set up an account for you. They will sell credentials to existing accounts so that they can access your network. Whether it's someone who's been banned or not, that's not good for business and not someone you really want on your platform. Ultimately, like there's a lot of things that you can do. Like if you can get that data in to do matching, like for example, one thing that I know has been worked on is development of a tool that actually looks at the documentation itself, the image, just to compare, have we seen this information before on our platform based on the image? Not necessarily the manually inputted information. However, if something's doctored, it's not going to see those alterations. Unfortunately, that's a little bit too complex, but there are opportunities for development of tools like that out there. And ultimately, when it comes to what onboarding can see in order to make that decision, is it something that you build or something that you buy? It's something that already exists that can put that together, or something that you buy that will just give you the final outcome based on whatever input and ideas that you give it. Big business doesn't always understand, and that can be kind of challenging, but ultimately, like, try and communicate what you need to try and get the services or tooling that is necessary in order to prevent banned couriers from getting back onto the network. And ultimately, build versus buy. The main difference is the way that you're able to customize your build as opposed to buying something out of the box, because when you're building it, you can make it to exactly what you need. However, just because you've built it doesn't mean that the data that you have is sound enough to make it as effective and efficient as it possibly could be. You still may need some enrichments, which is something where a company like Incogni would come in, that gives you those additional insights into device and location that would enrich the data that you already have to make it more effective.